Let's get into the 50 Cent songs. I wanted to talk about this because, I got interesting feedback when it comes to the list, right? And I'm actually going to pull this up and see what people are saying. So I made this list, 50 Cent, top 50 Cent songs list, because it was 50 Cent's 50th birthday. I was like, why not do a top 50 Cent songs list with top 50 tracks? The problem is, it's really hard. It is really, 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 it might have been the hardest thing I've had to do. No joking. And I've had a lot of crazy, the Get Rich or Die Trying documentary was something that was just a lot of shit going on. But in terms of like sitting there and actually thinking and just focusing on music and just trying to, you could say 50 has well over 1,000 songs. Let's just say that, 1,000 songs. Trying to stuff 1,000 songs into a 50 slots. It is extremely hard. And if you don't believe me, you try it for yourself. You're going to be leaving out songs that you never thought you would leave out. You're going to be scratching your head. You're going to sit there scratching and that's what I was doing. I was scratching my head the whole time. I was like, what did I get myself into? Sometimes I just, what's the problem with me, and I need to stop doing that. I just sometimes just tweet shit. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And then I fucking get myself in this situation where I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. Nah, I actually got to follow through with this and do it. And, but it was fun. It was fun because it made me really look at what kind of, like, as 50 be my favorite rapper, what kind of music from 50 do I really listen to? And I actually checked my streaming numbers on like Apple Music and looking at what songs that I actually listened to going back. And this was my legit list. And this was really what I listened to the most and a mixture. So this list had nothing to do with popularity. This list had nothing to do with impact. This list had nothing to do with any of that stuff. This list is solely what I like. That's it. What track inspires me? Why is, there's a lot of factors of why I like certain tracks from 50. But that's all this list is. It's solely what I like. It's got nothing to do with anything else, right? Because people were commenting, like In the Club is the biggest record. Why isn't this number one? Like, I love In the Club. And this is what I hate about this list. It makes me downplay and talk bad about other songs. And it makes me like downplay Get Rich or Die Trying, when obviously that's my favorite album of all time. I love every track on that album. But if you look at 50's whole catalog of music, there are some songs that are better, that he released that are better than some tracks on Get Rich or Die Trying. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as a complete body of work, obviously Get Rich or Die Trying is his best album, period. And it's the best album I've ever listened to. But, I went over the list, number 50 till all the way till 21. And now let's go over the top 20. And I'm going to talk about why some of these songs, I'm going to talk about why I put them where they're at. So you got number 20, You're Not Like Me. Run over the cops, You're Not Like Me. You shot, run under the block, You're Not Like Me. Amazing record. It appeared on Guess Who's Back first, and then eventually got remastered into this more professionally sounding song, and it ended up as a bonus cut essentially on Get Rich or Die Trying. So that's a number 20 iconic song. There's no way that song is not top 20 in my eyes, at least. You got Poor Little Rich. I love this song. I don't know what it is. Something about it just makes me feel really good. And I love the beat, man. Sean Money knocked it out the park. Really nothing to say on that record. Then you got 50 Bars of Pleasure, 50 Bars of Pain. When I'm dead and gone, people are going to remember my name is 50. That's an iconic 50 record. I think if you were to look at 50's career, you would say it's a record that, like, a lot of people know from him, period. Just because it's, even when like documentaries of 50 are made, like that's a song that gets used in a lot of documentaries. It's interesting because it captures 50 really well. Then you got like Me. This is not a record that's iconic, but I love the beat on this. I love 50's flow, accent, the So Serious record. I'm so serious. And then the whole, he basically created this track after doing the $150 million year that he did on Forbes, essentially. It wasn't announced at the time, but you could tell 50 was talking that shit, I move like Godzilla, Gorilla, UNIT, you know, Grave Digger, Ass Puffy and Jigger. My pockets get bigger and bigger. So he was talking his shit. And the outro on that record is just classic too, man. I just got back from the UK, a little jet lag from the flight. You know, I love that song, man. I think it's underrated. And then I put a hole in your back. I don't know what you heard about me. Like, that's another one that's number 16. And I felt it deserved that spot, man. That's one of my favorite mixtape cuts, period. So going to 15, I'm Supposed to Die Tonight. Obviously, like, this track is essentially Mini Men Part 2. But it's just, I don't know, it's a movie feel to it. Eminem killed the production. And I always listen to it, man. It's just one of those tracks that I've never skipped. Like this top 20. Sorry, I keep burping, man. I'm having problems right now. This top 20 is essentially songs that I've never skipped when it comes to, like, if it ever plays randomly on my phone or anywhere, I've never skipped this song ever. So like top 20 is like I've never skipped these songs whenever they come on. So you got 15, I'm Supposed to Die Tonight, number 14, In the Club, which we know why it's iconic. Beat is just insane off the rip, but I don't think it's like 50s in the top 10 as best song ever. It is an amazing fucking record. I know. Baltimore Love Thing, we know that storytelling on that. 50 doesn't get a lot of props for the storytelling on this song. A lot of people give Kendrick Lamar and all these artists props, but 50 doesn't get that lyrical props on these type of records. And, you know, amazing track. Patiently Waiting. What else is there to say on this song, man? Eminem just introduces 50 in the best way possible. The beat is insane. They both deliver. There's no way that's not a top 20 song. Easy. You can even argue top 10. I Get Money at number 11. For some reason, man, I love, and you'll notice this on the top 10 list, I love the motivational 50 records. The ones where he's talking his shit about being the boss. You know, he's talking about, grinding in the streets. So that's why some people expected me to have Ski Mask Way a lot higher, but, I don't know why. Ski Mask Way is a great song, but it didn't for me hit the top 20. It just didn't feel that was right. So I Get Money at number 11, and then let's go in the top 10. So 10, Hustler's Ambition. I mean, come on, man. Light the fire, eat again. I won't burn no rest. You up there. You up there. Yeah, I need you to hate so I can use it for your energy. Amazing song, man. Iconic. Let me get a swift of this water or this drink. Number 9, Position of Power. This beat is just, and this is what I mean. These like boss records, like, ha ha ha, you got them counting money, like, just, you hustle me, I hustle harder. I got what you need. That weed, that dope, that powder. My G packs. Come on, man. Every hour on the hour. They shoot when I say shoot. So I'm in a position of power. Come on, man. Like that's a record that doesn't get as much love as it's supposed to. 21 Questions, for me, the concept of the track and the fact that this is the song that first introduced me to 50. Yeah, this is actually the first song that introduced me to 50. I think I said it in the Give It a Try Trying documentary. This is the first song I ever heard from 50, and then I heard it in the club and all this other stuff. And this is what made me like 50 first. And from there, that's when I listened. I told my sister, Give It a Try Trying, and then, ended up getting the whole album and enjoying the whole album. Then you got The Good Die Young. I love, man, the verse on this, like 50 speaking from a point of, like, I love when 50 gets personal, and just, does the storytelling and, like, what does he say on that record? He says, if I die, what do he say? If I die, let it read on my tombstone that I tried, or something like that. And I'm butchering. Let me actually look at the lyrics, man. I need to stop butchering this stuff. They say the good die young. I guess these grimy live a long time. Sit in fancy whips, sip champagne and shine. That's what he say. Yeah, he says, let my tombstone read, I tried, and from the start, everything I wrote was from my heart, so it's always going to be number 1 on my chart. I get sensitive to my shit, don't fuck with my art. Sometimes it sounds like I'm playing, but I'm saying this shit is real. This ain't a game. They say the good die young. So, Yeah, man, I love this song. This is one of those records that I don't know. I just wish it was on streaming platforms. That'd be really great. And then you got Piggy Bank. I have this fascination with this track where 50's on top of the world and he's just setting shots at everybody, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful record. And I love the production. Like that sample is hard too. I went to the actual original song and it's like such a good, whatever record. And then the top 5. People were surprised that I had some songs on here, but They Burn Me. I've always loved that song. I think 50. This is why I get mad at Curtis being what it was as an album, and Before I Self-Destruct being what it was as an album. Like those are 2 album titles where he should have got more personal. Either with Curtis, because it's your actual real name, you should have gotten more personal on the album and made records like They Burn Me. Or Before I Self-Destruct, where you're going insane, you're about to self-destruct, get more personal. And They Burn Me was recorded in 2008. So that was, like, this is a question that I would ask 50. Was that meant to be the first single off of Before I Self-Destruct? Because that would have fit that title. Because everybody's turning on you. You're getting used for money. Everybody's needing you for stuff, and you're just like, I can't deal with this shit, and I want to just explode, and people are just cursing me and all this stuff, and everything bad's going on in my life. So They Burn Me is that personal song where not only he talks about people in the music industry burning him, I'm sure he's referring to Game and anybody else that's done him dirty, but then he talks about his first baby mama and his son. She called the cops on me because I don't love her like I used to. Try to fix what was wrong. Guess it hurts because I'm gone. My son, he loved me, but she tries to poison his mind, acting like they ain't got everything from my grind. I say a prayer for her like, God, please change her heart. All the hatred for me is tearing me apart. You get it. I butchered that shit, but you get it. It's a really, really underrated 50 song, and I really, really appreciate those personal 50 records. So that's the reason I had They Burn Me at number 5. Same with Mini Man. It's another personal record where you can hear it in 50's voice. He's been through that pain. He's been through that war. You guys know the verses and the lines, all that record. It's, Hamo shot me 3 weeks later. He got shot down. Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason. You got bad fucking breathing. You get it. I'm the Man is another one of those records. Came in the world crying and fussing. We ain't have nothing. Every ghetto I know the same. Trying to make a little change. Preacher man come around talking. I don't want you to keep walking. I don't put the powder in the pot. Whip it up, blah, blah, blah. You get it. And then too much on my mind right now. I'm on the ground right now. Like that to me is like the anthem of like, I'm going to go get it. This record also symbolizes for me 50's return musically. Had he stuck to it, he would have been back. This is, you know what? I could make an argument that this is the last true independent song from a 2000s artist to go double platinum. I was actually thinking about that. Because I'm the Man went double platinum, and it's an independent release. There's no label behind it. It's just G-Unit Records. That's it. That's 50's label. That's it. And that went double platinum. 2 million sold. And you mean to tell me that 50, if he decided to focus on an album, even release it independently, he wouldn't sell at least 100,000 first week? Come on. Because 50's never had streaming included in his sales. Only with I'm the Man. And look, he did double platinum. 2 million sold. So that symbolized his return. And to me, I'll never forget, I was hanging out with my friend who's 4 years younger than me. And when this song came out, it was 2015, 2016 a little bit. So I was 20 to 21. And he was like just graduating. He was like 17 or 18. And I remember I had my car at the time, the Nissan 350Z. We're whipping it. And I think we had this girl come in the car, and yeah, she was sitting on his lap because my car was a 2-seater and she needed a ride back to her place. And I remember playing on the Man, and she was like, yes, I love this 50 Cent song. Oh my God. Like, I play this all the time. I'm like, what? I'm shocked because 50 hadn't been relevant with the youth musically like that in a long time. Like, think about the last time 50 had a record where the youth was really bumping it. That was a 50 song. Besides the Jeremiah Down on Me, which came out in 2010. It was probably I Get Money. Maybe. Maybe Baby by Me. Maybe you could throw Baby by Me on there. But essentially, I Get Money at AO Technology, which is 2007. So to me, it symbolized his return, and I was like, this is it. Like he mastered the Southern sound too, and he was just hitting this pocket of music that was really good, man. No Romeo and Juliet came after that, and it's like he just kind of dropped the ball. So I love this song. I always listen to it. It's one of those tracks that I've always gone to and listened to all the time, man. More than a lot of 50s older music. It's crazy, but I had to put it at number 3. I was like, this song is just too good. I listen to this too often. I would be lying to you guys if I had this in like the number 40 slot. I would be lying straight up to you guys because I listen to it that much. So that's why I had I'm the Man at number 3, which surprised some people. And then Window Shopper, number 2. That song is just like, if you accomplish things in life, Window Shopper is that record. You listen to it. I mean, when I bought my R8, bro, I was happy. That's the first song I played. It reminds me of that Get Rich or Die Trying scene where 50 buys a Mercedes and he's bumping it. It's one of those, and 50's flow, he never used this flow ever again. He just used it for this song for whatever reason. It's like a Mace type of flow. He flows over the fucking beat like water, and that beat is crazy. Like, dude, it is out of this world. The video's shot in the most beautiful fucking place in Italy or wherever the fuck it's at. I'm in love with everything of this song, bro. White Porsche, what do you say? White Porsche Carrera's milky. I'm on the ground in my paper stack and I'm filthy. It's funny how get the food facing at me. You ain't got the heart to get at me. Like, he just flows so well. It's like water. And this is a rare moment where 50s, and I always say this, there's only a few artists that can ever do this, and this is what separates good artists from the best, is when an artist gets on a track and it sounds like he's just talking to you. And that's what 50 does on Window Shopper. It just sounds like he's talking to you. That's it. And it sounds so good. So Window Shopper to me has always been, one of those records. And somebody in the comments was like, oh, I know a corny person made this list. He put Window Shopper as number 2, that pop-ass song. And I was like, you don't even realize the original version is him dissing Jadakiss, Fat Joe, Ja Rule, and everybody else, and Nas. And it's like, you guys just don't know that because y'all don't know your history. But then I had number 1, Place to Go. And I think apparently Eminem, this is Eminem's favorite track, which I had no idea. I know that Eminem liked one of the verses, but I don't know if it was his favorite. First, let me explain why it's number 1. That beat is futuristic. That beat is only a beat that 1, Eminem can produce, and then 2, that 50 Cent can rap on. I think nobody else could actually rap on that beat. I think it was specifically made for 50, and it sounds futuristic when it came out, and it still sounds good now and futuristic. That's the first thing. Second, this track has every bit of 50 in it, meaning, when people clown 50 and say he's not lyrical, you can point on this track and be like, he's lyrical. You're lying. When people are talking about 50 making great hooks, you can point on this track and say this is an amazing hook. When people talk about 50's flow, you can point to this track and say 50's flow is insane on this track. When you talk about 50 singing a little bit, melodic hooks, he has a bridge on here that goes, what is it? Why do I always fuck this up? Dom Perignon, a drink till I get to that bitch. And Mandre gonna introduce me to the hood. They're gonna listen to my words, and before they feel my shit. Break it down. You got Yayo in the background with an insane ad-libs. So 50 is delivering everything on this track in one track. And he's painting a picture, like no pun intended. I know he says on the track, picture me in a pimp hat, picture me starting shit, picture me busting my gap, picture police saying get out a picture of that. But he's literally painting pictures in the verses, man. There's no better 50 record. There's not a single 50, well, there is probably a few. But there's not, like, the way that this is, actually, there probably isn't a single 50 record like this, where there's lyrics, there's a bridge where he's singing, there's an insane hook, there's 28 on the ad-libs delivering great stuff, there's an insane production, there's insane flow, everything. It's every switch that you want on a rapper, it's on this track. And that's why I gave it number 1. Because when you really look at it, 50, he has records where it fits this, but not to this level, in my opinion. Yeah, but that's my take. I know. So a lot of people didn't get mad at the tracks that were on here. they mainly got mad at the positioning of tracks. Like a lot of people were giving me flack for putting 50 Shot Ya, aka Problem Child, at number 43. A lot of people felt like that should be a lot higher. I can understand that. Same with Ski Maskway, same with Fuck You, same with let's see here. What else? Like High All the Time, which 50 has some of the crazy Smile, I'm Leaving. Like these type of tracks, people felt like could be higher, but what people don't realize is I took out a lot of records. Like Heat was one I was debating on a lot. Like Heat was one of those records I was like, damn, this has to be on here. Thank God they're jumping and you're rapping over a fucking gun cocking. If I Can't is one of those. Wanksta. Actually, never mind. Wanksta was not what I was thinking about. What Up Gangsta? Then you got The Massacre, Candy Shop, just a little bit Disco Inferno. Then you got Curtis. You got Fully Loaded Clip. You got My Gun Go Off. You got Man Down. You got Touch the Sky with Tony Ayo. What else? Ayo Technology. Then you got Before I Self-Destruct. Strong Enough was a record that was almost going to make it on this list. It was so close. Strong. I only have Flight 187 off Before I Self-Destruct on this list, which is crazy. Them Days Went By. So Disrespectful. Psycho with Eminem. You know, there's a lot of records that I left off that I understand where people are like, why did this song not make it? But it's impossible to fit every single song on here. It's just, you know. So let's read some of these comments, man. I don't know where I would even start on ranking his best 50 songs. I got to give kudos for even attempting. A lot of folks are going to comment saying you missed this or missed that, but this takes effort. Good stuff, Quake. Shout out to you for that comment. You know, and some people that were saying like, oh, you don't have this song on this list. I'm like, yeah, I do. It's at this number. But people just, you know, and then No Guns Come Out. People are mad at that. They're not. But Guns Come Out doesn't have like any deep, like it's an insane beat, it's an insane hook, but it doesn't have like anything deep to it. You know, some people were mad that I had New Day on the list, but I love New Day. I think 50 raps that shit on there. You know, shout out my friend Abdullah. He said, High All the Time, I'll Still Kill him. 50 Shots are way too low. He's like, I like Window Shopper number 2. Get the Message probably is too low as well. But yeah, there you go. You got War Angel. You got records like Red Rum, Cream 2009, I'll Do Anything, I Line Hitters. All those 4 tracks I left off. You got Forever King, Respected or Check It, Touch Me. You got all those other records on Forever King, which I can't think off the top of my head. But, you know, it's hard to make a list, man. I'm telling you guys, it's hard, but I attempted. You know, another thing, too, people mentioned Thicker Than Water. And Thicker Than Water, because it eventually got turned into a G-Unit track, I didn't include it on the list. I know the original version had 50 only on it, but yeah, I didn't put Wanksta on there. I didn't like Wanksta, to be honest, to be on a top 50 list. I like Wanksta, but not top 50 worthy, in my opinion. You know, and the guy was like, this guy said this should be a random list of 50 songs. How is it a random list? I literally got like album cuts, deep cuts, mainstream cuts, mixtape cuts. Like, anyways, I'm doing a list again. I'm gonna drop one on Friday with just the album cuts without including Power of the Dollar. Just Get Rich or Die Trying all the way to NL Ambition. The ones that are on streaming, as well as singles. So, like, I'm the Man as a single, No Romeo and Juliet. You know, singles that came out, I Get It In, Get Up, and all these other Lucy's that came out. I will include those, but as far as, like, anything outside of that, no, it's just going to be an album version. This guy said, damn, it's a good list. Respect. I feel pretty good that I know I know all of these songs. Some very rare, obscure songs that only true fans know, so big up for that. My number one would probably be a toss-up between Mini-Men and I'm Supposed to Die Tonight. I agree, that's a good toss-up. This list is way off. Place to Go is not a bigger record than Wanksta. I Get Money, Hustle's Ambition. Not sure what's based. Yeah, this is not based on popularity. That's the problem, too, is people don't read the caption when you say, you know, hey, this is not a, I literally said on the caption, it's not a popularity list. This is just my opinion of what I like. This guy said, Wider Indian Kid must have made this list. So everybody has their opinion. This guy said this list is ass. Window Shopper at 2. People like popcorn, cheesy ass raps. Yeah, see, people have their own opinion, but I knew people weren't going to agree. Nobody should agree with anybody's list. It's damn near impossible for people just to agree with people's list. But hey, I took out the time to do it, so it turned out to be what it is. Let me get this drink and let's continue on with the Billboard Hot 100.